So you actually did something recently.
What did I do?
You did something that I'm very proud of you.
It was amazing, right? And I thought it went unappreciated,
So,
to be honest.
You took all the Jersey Shore characters
Yes.
and you found their Game of Thrones equivalent.
I spent an hour of my time doing this, and it was
So I have some questions.
well worth it.
I have some questions for you.
Okay.
I understand Sammy being Cersei. Okay, that makes sense.
Master manipulator.
Yeah. But I don't see Ron as you said. So you said I'll also go over the list for everyone. You said Sammy is Cersei.
Correct.
Ron is Jaime Lannister.
Yeah.
The situation is Littlefinger, Peter Baelish.
Dude, do you not see? Okay, yeah. Didn't know. Just go through
I'm going through the
it.
list. Okay. Jenny, she's Varys.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Varys. Vinny, Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Paulie, Arya Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Snooki is Daenerys.
Yep. That's actually a really good one.
Angelina is Joffrey, and then Dina is Brienne Tarth.
Yes.
You'll see I made two others. We'll get to that later. So Sammy as Cersei, I understand that. That makes a lot of sense to me. I think Ron is the Mountain. Because they don't end up together.
Yeah.
She's married to someone else now.
Mm-hmm. You know what?
Should we talk about that? That's the biggest heartbreak of my life. Their love story not panning out the way I wanted it to. It's like, what was it even for, you know? Can I ever find love in this world if they can't?
Yeah, I mean, if Ron and Sam are not meant to be together, then...
Who is?
Exactly. Does life have meaning? I mean, honestly. I was really proud of the Cersei one. That was what really made me start the whole thing, is that I was watching Jersey Shore.
One.
Yeah. I was watching Jersey Shore, and I'm like, Sam gets away with everything scot-free.
Because she just like cries about it.
She plays a victim.
Yeah.
And she's a master manipulator. She gets Ron in almost all of his trouble by herself. That episode where he gets in a fight with the guy on the boardwalk, one shot, kid!
One shot, son! That's the best moment of all time. And it's in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. That all started because of Sam.
Yeah.
Obviously, the stuff that happened in Miami was probably on Ronnie.
Yeah.
When he was going out with the ladies and then coming home to Sam. That's on him.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't see Jaime Lannister like flying off the handle like Ron does. He would more like play it. Right. He would manipulate it to come around where they'd end up fucking themselves.
Yeah. The reason that I chose Jaime was obviously because of the connection to Cersei, but also that... So the way I explained it was that, like, Jaime is a good guy, like, at heart, but is possessed by his inner demon at times. Like when Ron comes out.
When Ron comes out.
Exactly.
Mike is Littlefinger, that makes sense.
It's so perfect. It is so perfect because he, like Sammy Cersei, is a master manipulator, is constantly trying to stir the pot and create chaos because it helps him look better.
But he always gets caught. He never gets away with it.
That's true.
Varys never got caught.
Well, Littlefinger did get caught.
Oh, I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Okay, then that does make sense.
Yeah.
JWoww is Varys.
Yes, because Varys is what Varys does is for the good of the realm, right? Like, that's his whole thing. And Jenny, aside from maybe 1 or 2 instances, is kind of like the mom of the group.
Look at that, she's so pale now.
Yeah.
She looks so different.
Well, yeah, she got more plastic surgery, too, because that's something you should do.
Look at her face.
Like I said, more...
I'll put the picture up.
More plastic surgery. But kind of like the mom of the group, where she holds all their shit together. Like when she's trying to get drunk Snooki off the beach.
Yeah. No, I won't.
Mostly just taking control of drunk Snooki.
Yeah.
And all those kinds of things.
So wouldn't that kind of make her Tyrion a little bit? Or maybe she's Tywin Lannister.
I don't think she's tyrannical though. I like that word. I could see Tyrion, except Tyrion. Yeah, you know what? Tyrion's probably more accurate because he's drunk the whole time. So there you go, Tyrion.
Okay, and then you have Vinny as Jon Snow.
Yeah, everybody's favorite character.
But here's what I'll say: I think he's Robb Stark. Because Vinny never gets what he wants. He always gets screwed over. He never bangs the girl he wants.
He bangs some girl.
Snooki! Which he didn't want. Wow.
Snooki. But what sells it is that when he smushes his ladies, he's like super respectful. Like he's like a nice guy. Like he's like, okay,
Robb Stark. His niceness was his undoing.
No, but Vinny never has an undoing. That's what and he keeps going on to the end, like the way that Jon Snow was with the wildling girl. What? Forgot her name.
Oh,
the redhead. Jon Snow, you know nothing, Jon Snow.
Well, Ygritte.
Yeah. And like Daenerys and everything, and Jon and Vinny are the same in that way. Does that make sense?
I guess. And Paulie is Arya Stark.
Once again, everybody's favorite character.
Yeah.
And a little bit more wild than Jon Snow. Like the way Jon Snow is a true good character, so is Vinny. Whereas Arya and Paulie are prone to more destructive tendencies. Does that make sense?
I guess that does make sense. Snooki is Daenerys. I think that one's spot on.
It's amazing. And to be honest, I thought I was going to have the hardest time with Snooki until it struck me. Because the reason that she is Daenerys is because Daenerys Targaryen starts off the show as the sister of a disgraced prince.
Yep.
Gets married off to a barbarian horde's leader, somehow finesses that into running the whole shit. And like it just throughout the show, she climbs the ladder very slowly and goes from a hot mess, and she makes plenty of mistakes along the way. Like Daenerys does some foolish or naive things in the show, right?
Yes.
Like Snooki. But in the end, Daenerys gets her shit together and becomes a real bad bitch, the same way that Snooki does when she stops going wild and gets pregnant and is like the rational one in the final season.
By the way, for anyone wondering what I'm doing, I'm taking a Which Jersey Shore character are you test and a Which Game of Thrones character you test so we can see how accurate you were.
Okay. All right.
Angelina's Joffrey is fucking perfect, by the way, because like everyone was so happy to see her gone.
Yeah.
And when she came back, I rewatched the series recently.
Yeah.
And she's at the end of season 1. I was like, oh, thank God we're done with her. And I forgot she came back in season 2. And we came back to season 2, and I was like, oh no, she's back.
And then she's left gone for good. And everybody was so excited. There's not one person who was sad to see Angelina or Joffrey go.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah, and it was long
everybody's
overdue.
Least favorite character. Toxic, totally just shitty.
Yeah.
She's like an EMT now.
Yeah, she's a first responder. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then you have Dina, who's Brain of Tarth, which also makes sense to me.
Yeah, like a medium character that you don't have an opinion on.
Yeah.
I could take.
Well, I mean, a lot of people like Brienne, though.
I like Brienne, but if she dies, I'm not gonna be like, oh no! It's not gonna be like if Tyrion or Jon Snow dies for real.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be busted up about it.
That makes sense. Okay, then I threw in 2 curveballs we have to figure out right now.
Okay.
Who would Roger be? JWoww's husband, boyfriend.
What do we change JWoww to? Tyrion?
So she's either Varys or Tyrion.
I think it's got to be. I think we're going with Tyrion because Tyrion's a drunk and so's Jenny. For Roger. I would say Shay, but because of the Tyrion comparison.
Also, she cheats on Roger.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Shay.
Okay. And then Gianni, Snooki's husband.
Well, the thing is I feel bad for Gianni when you watch the whole show. Maybe that's not fair to Snooki. Snooki's not going to listen to this, so I think I'll be okay.
I think we're fine.
I feel bad for Gianni because in the course of the whole show, she's constantly, at least while they're together, she definitely slept with Vinny.
So can I say, I got Vinny?
Yeah.
And also Robb Stark, so that means Vinny does equal Robb Stark, I was right.
Well... But could I also not make the argument that Jon Snow and Robb Stark are more or less the same character? Jon Snow just plays it better.
Are you saying that there's lazy writing on that television show?
Game of Thrones?
Are you saying that there's lots of filler in that television show?
I think there's overlap in character, maybe, but that's because they're conflicting, and that's probably why they conflict with each other. I don't know. But Robb and Jon definitely have similarities. I mean, they're true good characters, they're idealists, all that stuff. Yeah. Robb is just a dumbass, and
he was too headstrong.
Yeah, he gets himself killed because he couldn't swallow his pride and marry a Frey girl.
Yeah, I mean, can you blame him though?
Well, didn't the one that he was supposed to marry end up being hot because Tully married her?
I don't remember.
And then it was at the red wedding that they got killed. So I think it was Edwin Tully who was the bannerman of Robb Stark.
Yeah, he was going to get the hot one.
Yeah, and he was going to get the hot one.
Well, no, she was. Remember, because she got killed at the red wedding, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
A cat killed her.
Yeah.
So in the end, he would have made out fine. I mean, granted.
I mean, that is all that matters in love, is looks.
Of course. Dude, but none of those marriages are for love. The whole show, I mean, They're all just getting married for politics, so that doesn't even really come into the equation.
So do we come to a conclusion on Gianni? Ooh. He's
has to be a little bit of a buffoon.
No, who I can't think of him. Reek. That's who he is.
Oh my god, Reek.
Because his balls are basically cut off. If you think about it. Well, I can't think of his actual name. Because it doesn't matter anymore. He's just Reek now.
Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah, he's Theon Greyjoy.
That's pretty good.
I think so.
I'll go with that. Reek. Made a fool of.
Yeah. Well, this is the currently untitled experimental first time podcast. I am Garrett, and that is
Cole.
And it is Saturday, January 27th, 2018. That's weird to say. This is our first episode.
2018?
Yeah, 2018. This is our first episode. We're going to try some things.
Are we going to take our pants off?
Already done. It's weird saying 2018. Like I feel like 2017 lasted about 4.5 months.
For the best. I can't imagine it having been any longer.
Yeah.
I was okay. I'm okay with 2017.
Not much happened in 2017 for me.
A lot happened. A lot happened.
I mean, I guess I started going to college.
Yeah, that's good. Big step.
And what's kind of cool is, so in this class I'm taking right now, my econ class, the book was going to cost like $200.
Yeah.
But I found it online for free, like that same day.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was a pretty big moment in my life. Textbooks
are one of those things that like get you. Like you think you've already covered tuition, you're like, okay, cool, and then boom.
Like, oh, never mind.
$500, please.
I mean, yeah, you had an eventful 2017.
I had
a lot of things happen.
Very eventful 2017. I left my job.
The world had an eventful 2017.
Yeah.
To continue.
Yeah. I left my job. Got a job.
Yep.
Okay, so I left my job without another job lined up. Big mistake. I learned that lesson.
Freewheeled it.
Yeah.
Well, because you had your car payments, right?
Yeah, but I had my tax return come in at the same time, so I was able to cover the car payments.
Do you have your taxes filed already for last year?
No, not yet, because I'm still waiting. I have 3 W-2s because I had 3 different jobs.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for all those to come in.
Wait, 3 different?
Yeah, because I have 3 jobs.
There was the station, and then the dogs, and then...
the factory.
Oh, I totally forgot about that chapter. Let's see, it just went all right by.
The most horrifying 3 months of my life. I don't want to badmouth my former employer because they were actually, I mean, they were good to me.
Yeah.
In the sense that I wasn't, like, wronged. But the work was horrifying. It was absolutely...
Was there air conditioning at least?
Nope. Yeah. No air conditioning. And I worked from April, like, mid-April to mid-July.
Well, see, that's like when I worked at Adidas.
Yeah.
There was no heat and no air conditioning. So when I was working there, at one of the points it was like June or like July.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking hot. I would come in and like they had water stations and you could only be out in the warehouse for like 15 minutes at a time before you just get drenched.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it was miserable.
It was like 12-hour shifts on those like 100-degree days, no air conditioning. And I'm standing behind a glass furnace that runs at a couple, 100 degrees.
Well, the worst part is because they bring in the shoes and clothes and stuff on these big semis.
Yeah.
And we have to go into the semis to get the cardboard boxes and carry them out. So you're in the back of a like aluminum container that's basically a Dutch oven.
Yep.
Like a solar oven that we're inside.
That sounds like the time I worked at the fireworks.
And there's no air.
That sounds like the time I worked at the fireworks stand because I worked at the Blackjack building, off 99.
Yeah.
And so all the fireworks are stocked in the back in long haul beds, that are backed up to the building. So we had to go out there and bring out these fucking big ass boxes of fireworks from in there. And yeah, it was not ideal.
So you had 3 jobs in 2017.
Yes.
I left mine early 2017. Now I'm just going to school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find something now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a minute since you've been in here, too.
It's probably been at least a year or close to that. Yeah, 2017. I also did a lot of isolating myself because that's what I felt like doing at the time.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I was in a relationship. I was busy with that.
I mean, we've all been there where it's like, okay, now that I have someone else to take up my time.
Yeah, you just get busy. You want to do All-Stars?
I would like to talk about the All-Star game. So, well, first and foremost, let's go over the rosters. So, they changed it instead of it being West and East. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. You know this shit. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Instead of being West and East, the top 2, so the highest voted player in the East, the highest voted player in the West, become the captains, and then there's starters and reserves that are voted in by like 50% fan vote, 25% coaches, and there's like media players, whatever, they all get votes too.
Yep.
And then the 2 coaches take turns back and forth drafting the players to their team.
Yep, like a schoolyard pick'em.
So LeBron James had the most overall votes, so he got the first pick, then Steph Curry was the other captain, and he got the second pick. So LeBron James's team
is significantly better.
Oh, significantly better. Well, hold on, let's go over it real fast. So LeBron James's All-Star team is DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, obviously, LaMarcus Aldridge, Bradley Beal, Kevin Love, Victor Oladipo, Kristaps Porzingis, John Wall, and Russell Westbrook. Because when he wrote it, he didn't put the B in it. Did you see that?
No.
LeBron forgot to put a B in it. And then Steph Curry's team.
You got Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's Giannis. Sorry.
It's fine.
To all the Greeks out there. DeMar DeRozan, Joel Embiid,
they don't have internet.
James Harden. Such bad people. Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Al Horford, Damian Lillard, Kyle Lowry, Klay Thompson, and Karl Anthony Towns.
And they're coached by Mike D'Antoni. LeBron's team does not have a coach yet. Well, I guess the first thing you get out of the way, though.
Well, we already know who the coach is. I mean, let's be honest.
The same coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, first and foremost, DeMarcus Cousins can no longer play in the game.
So have they decided who's going to fill that spot yet?
No, but he tore his Achilles. He's out for 10 months. Like,
that's a bad one, dude.
Yeah, that's game changing. So it's like, Kobe. So who does LeBron just pick? Is the next highest rated person get in?
It must be. I imagine the next highest voted player will come in,
which I think is. Let's see if we can find that.
Okay,
let's see if we can find that. But I mean, just looking at those rosters.
The biggest thing is that I can't, for the life of me, see Steph's team getting a rebound.
No, but they will shoot threes better.
They'll shoot plenty of threes, but they're only gonna make a certain percentage of them. They have no size outside of Joel Embiid. There's nobody tall.
Okay, so it looks like if we get rid of DeMarcus Cousins, the next person's gonna be Paul George. Because does he have more? Yeah, he has more than Manu Ginobili.
And I don't think Kawhi Leonard's healthy.
No, Kawhi Leonard's healthy, so it's not healthy. So it's going to be Paul George, that's who.
I mean, it hurts him a little bit.
Yeah,
because Paul George isn't as good as DeMarcus Cousins, and they don't do the same thing.
Well, because now he doesn't have like an all-star center now. Well, I guess.
Well, they have Anthony Davis. Kevin Love's a big guy. He's not a center.
No, we found that out this season.
But yeah, LeBron's team has all the size, all of it, outside of Giannis.
Well, just him and Kevin Durant and Kyrie. It's like that's nuts. And then if you have Russell out there too, and Anthony Davis,
Russell Westbrook coming off the bench.
I don't see what Steph's team can do besides just hope to outshoot him.
That's exactly what it is. It's all shooters. Klay Thompson, Kyle Lowry, Damian Lillard.
Cat and Draymond can grab boards.
Yeah,
Joel's an offensive center.
Well, they've got Klay, Kyle Lowry, Dame, Jimmy Butler, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, and Steph Curry.
Giannis has 10.2 rebounds. That's pretty good.
Those guys are all shooters, so that's their game plan. Obviously, is to just try to make it rain.
Which makes sense with D'Antoni as the coach. Because the boys don't the Rockets.
Right. I would bet on
I was really hoping that
every day of the week.
I was really hoping that Dame would end up on LeBron's team.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a lot of fun. But
well, Dame finally made it to the All-Star game.
Well, he's done it 2 times before. This is his 3rd time.
Right. He missed the last 2 years for.
Well, the last I think his argument was like it feels like he worked for this one on his own.
Yeah,
because we haven't had a good record.
Well, of course, he's having an amazing season because everybody else is shitting the bed.
Yeah,
which is just.
I didn't know Karl-Anthony Towns was averaging 12 rebounds a game.
Yeah, man,
that's pretty good.
Still, strong advantage LeBron.
I mean, I agree. I think it'll be exciting though.
Will you pull up who's in the 3-point contest and the dunk?
I don't know if they've released it yet. Let me see. 3-point contest participants.
Maybe they haven't.
January 10th. Let's see, this is the last one. Yeah, to be determined.
Okay.
Well, I have to imagine that for the 3-point contest, Steph already said he's not going to go.
Right.
I imagine Klay will probably go.
Yeah. Well, Steph has nothing to gain. If he doesn't win it, then he's not the shooting guy anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he still is.
Same. But no, exactly. But everybody already knows that Steph is the 3 guy.
So let's see. Speaking of basketball too, so the Blazers are currently the 7th seed.
Trash.
27 wins, 22 losses.
Yeah.
We're a game and a half out from the 8th seed Nuggets.
Yeah.
Who are a game out from the 9th seed Clippers.
Yeah.
And we are half a game away from the 6th seed, which is New Orleans, which with Boogie out, probably we can take 6, you think?
Yeah, it's possible.
And I'd prefer that because then we're going up against the Spurs instead of the Rockets. And we've already beat the Spurs this year.
Yeah. Well, it's still early on seeding. A lot of things are still subject to change there. The real season doesn't really start until after the All-Star break in terms of the regular season games when they really start to count and stuff.
That's true.
But either way, man, I don't feel like the Blazers are going to do it. It doesn't matter where they seed, to be honest, because they're just going to play somebody who's better than them.
I think if we get the Spurs or the Wolves, we can potentially...
we're not going to beat the Spurs in a 7-game series.
But they don't have Kawhi anymore. We've already beat them twice this year.
A 7-game series.
You don't think so?
On Greg Popovich alone, I would bet on the Spurs.
Yeah.
And then compared to the Rockets, yeah.
I don't think we're going to beat the Rockets.
I would, of course not. I wouldn't.
No.
We're not going to beat the Rockets, Golden State.
But that's why I think with the Spurs, the Timberwolves, it's at least a series and not a sweep.
Yeah, the Timberwolves could be interesting. The problem is that Karl Anthony Towns is everything the Blazers have problems with.
But we got him frustrated and in foul trouble last game, and then we kind of shut him down.
Yeah.
But also fouls aren't as... It's a lot tighter.
My problem with the Blazers is that it's all up to Dame.
Yeah.
To do the scoring.
Dame and CJ, basically.
Dame and CJ, yeah. And Shabazz is playing better than I thought he would.
He's doing great.
To be fair.
I think the NBA right now has him listed as like the 5th best backup point guard in the league.
But Evan Turner is a square wheel on a semi-truck.
Yeah. Well, what's funny about Evan Turner is he has the highest true shooting percentage from mid-range in the entire league. But he's just, I don't know. I feel like whenever he's out there, he's a liability.
Yeah, dude, he's goofy. He's goofy the way that Aminu was his first year with the Blazers, where you'd be like, stop dribbling the ball. Stop.
Let's see if we can pull up the...
They're hamstrung by these bad contracts that they have with Myers Leonard.
Have you seen Myers coming out in closing time the last couple games? He doesn't look like he knows what he's doing.
He's never looked like he's... Okay,
so let's see.
I gave up on Myers Leonard about 2 years ago. I watched him get a ball in the paint with absolutely nobody surrounding him. His back was to the rim. Mm-hmm. And he caught it. Nobody was around him. He could have turned it in and just placed it in the hoop.
Dunked it.
Dribbled out to the 3-point line and missed. That was it for me. And that's my biggest...
Does that hurt? I like Myers as a person. I think he's a cool guy.
He is a super nice guy on social media, and that's why I feel bad when I trash him. Honestly, I feel bad.
I want to meet him.
Yeah, but I don't, because then all the things I've said on Twitter are going to be ringing around in my head, and I'll just feel like a dick. But it's like...
You'll have a Freudian slip and just say something terrible to him?
Yeah, why don't you be tougher? Why don't you be
better?
Why don't you be no more aggressive more?
I think it's his basketball IQ is not there, I think. I think that's he has all the physical traits to be great, but the game doesn't make sense to him, I think.
Yeah, at this point that I should mention, I have no clue what I'm talking about. But
what are you talking about? Fletcher said you guys went and played basketball and you guys lit it up.
That does not limit my ability to spew my uneducated opinions.
If Skip Bayless can do it,
exactly,
we can do it.
He has a national television platform just for that. That's what he's hired to do.
And all he does is talk about how much he hates LeBron James, and that's it.
It's amazing. It's like a word. It's like a trigger word. The way that you can hypnotize somebody into doing something just by saying a phrase. Yeah. That's what you say to Skip Bayless. You go, LeBron James, and he gets into this bit of
rage! So, Dame right now is averaging 25.4 points. I'll clear the decimals, it don't matter. 25 points a game. CJ's 21. Aminu is almost 10. Yeah. Evan Turner's almost 9. Yusuf Nurkic, 14. Shabazz, almost 10. Pat, 6. Maurice, 5. That doesn't really matter. But after that, it caves off. But Ed Davis, too, this year, I think he's the best rebounder the entire team has. He's when he's out as center, we're getting the ball.
He's been that way for the last couple of years. He is really, really, really good at getting boards. He can't shoot. He gets boards and he cleans things up. Yeah. He's just not great with free throws either. But that's not... I like Ed Davis. I like him off the bench.
Yeah. And then I think the biggest problem, like this year, the biggest thing I think that's been like holding us back from where we could have been is that Yusuf Nurkic, even though he's like obviously an improvement over Mason Plumlee, hasn't been playing up to where he was playing the last 22 games of last season, where he basically looked like Jesus. He saved us.
Right, it's a full season thing, and that's why I was hesitant to buy into Nurk Fever.
Yeah.
Or whatever they were calling it, because it's like towards the tail end of a season. He just got out of a team that he didn't want to play for, and I was waiting for a real full season to see what he was about, and it's kind of what I expected.
Well, the thing is, like, his defense is still like obviously an impact, because last season we were like bottom defense, one of the bottom in the league, and now we're top 5 in the whole league for defense.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you ever think that and the Blazers in the same sentence.
No, they finally have some like rim protection, because that has been a problem for a minute.
Yeah, but it's just that his offense has basically completely gone away, and he refuses to dunk the ball.
Yeah.
And so he just goes like...
Yeah. Did you see when they were playing Dallas, not last night?
The time before?
Yeah, where he and fucking Mejri got into it. Mejri, that guy is my least favorite person in the NBA, just based off of appearance.
He looks like a Bond villain.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw him, I was like, "Fuck that guy."
He looks like Jaws from James Bond.
Yeah,
that's. I'll put up a side by side. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, and then I think he got ejected the next game too.
Yeah,
I don't know who they were playing, but he got ejected.
He's an asshole. He reminds me of a soccer player that joined the NBA, and part of that is because he's European.
So he was a soccer player.
I don't know, probably at some point in his life. But the way that he like will do some nefarious shit, like foul somebody or whatever, and then do the this to the ref.
Well, a couple times too, what he would do is like stick your arm out.
Yeah,
stick your arm out.
No, yeah, he hooked
would,
him.
He
hooked him. Yeah.
And that's dangerous.
Yeah,
that's
you're
like
not supposed to do that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's just kind of a piece of shit. Like, I hate that I didn't do anything when you know that you goddamn did something, or that you know you weren't fouled and you act like
Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Or James Harden.
Right. Well, like the flailing and the excessiveness to like
throw your head back,
holding your face and going, oh my god, I got shot.
If we want to be a little unbiased, Nurkic has done that too.
Yeah. No, and flopping is as big a problem in the NBA as it is in any soccer league. Well, maybe not quite to that extent, but flopping is not
in the MLS really.
I mean, there's plenty of flopping.
Yeah.
Soccer is definitely the heaviest, but basketball is also really bad, and there's flopping.
It's gotten worse lately too, though. Like you didn't used to see it.
Yeah,
well, in the last 10 years,
replay has also gotten better, so you can tell when things do and don't happen when there's actually nothing going on. Right. And I like the addition of replay into soccer. For the most part,
yeah, it's nice, but it's like you can't
slows
always
it down
use it
a little bit. Yeah.
Do you wish they had challenges in the NBA like they do in the NFL?
Like for what? Because I feel like
let's say if there's like a shooting foul or whatever, right? And it's like the fourth quarter, it's a 1 to 2 point game, and there's a shooting foul.
Yeah.
Do you think a coach should be able to like spend a timeout to challenge that call and see if they can get reversed, and they don't get to shoot free throws?
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, the fourth quarter already takes 50 minutes anyway, though.
Right. And yeah, basketball, they're not as worried about the flow of the game, I think, as they are about soccer. That's the big thing with soccer and replay, is that they're really trying to keep it from slowing it down, because the whole appeal of the game, or one of the appeals,
how fast,
and one of the main tenets of the game is that non-stop. It's
kind of like hockey.
Keep going. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's transition over to this. I'm gonna admit right out the gate, I've seen not many of these.
I haven't seen
films.
anything.
You've seen none of these Best Picture nominees for the 2018 Oscars.
If Get Out Get Out's there. I saw Get Out.
That's the only one you've seen.
I haven't seen the others, but it should win.
I've seen none of them. So the Best Picture nominees are Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I've seen none of them. I haven't even seen Get Out, but I'm going to take your word for it that Get Out should win. Okay, I'm going to take your word for it.
Do you have HBO? It's on HBO.
I do not.
Okay.
So the lead actor, we have Timothée Chalamet?
I assume.
Chalamet, Call Me by Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis, Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya, Get Out, Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour, or Denzel Washington, Roman Israel Esquire. So here's But here's the thing: Daniel Day-Lewis has never lost a Best Actor, a lead actor Oscar. He's always won whenever he's in.
It's time, man. I'm telling you.
Time for him to pass the torch.
Get Out's the movie of this year, man. That was the best. Honestly, I had no words when I left the theater after that movie. I sat in the car the whole ride home, and this was with my ex, and she was like, "Well,
you started putting on shoe polish.
Did you like it? No, what? Jesus Christ." She's like, "Well, did you like it?" Because I was just quiet. It was like, yeah, that was amazing.
Lead actor is Sally Hawkins, The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie, I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird, or Meryl Streep, The Post. Meryl Streep has also never lost a lead actress.
She can have it as long as Margot Robbie doesn't win it, and it's nothing against Margot Robbie, it's the Tonya Harding movie. I don't know why we're making Tonya Harding out to be some kind of hero or feminist icon.
I haven't seen the movie though to know if that's what it is. I don't know if it's.
I haven't either, so
it could very well be a hit piece on her.
I have no clue, to be honest.
But I don't know. Supporting actor Willem Dafoe, The Florida Project, Woody Harrelson, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which must have been good because it's getting all sorts of nominations. Richard Jenkins, The Shape of Water, Christopher Plummer, All the Money in the World, and Sam Rockwell, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Willem Dafoe in The Florida Project, admittedly that's the only one out of those films that I've seen, but that movie took my heart, ripped it out of my chest, and just started stepping all over it. It's one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and he had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. I just watched Dallas Buyers Club when it's just been released on Netflix. No, but I mean, we're talking about the Oscars, so I finally saw it.
Yeah.
And, God, who was he in competition? Oh, that was the year that he won the Best Actor, and Leo didn't get it for Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo DiCaprio absolutely should have won for Wolf of Wall Street over Dallas Buyers Club.
I love both those movies. Wolf of Wall Street's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I thought Dallas Buyers Club was good, but he didn't give on a performance the way that Leo did with Jordan Belfort. Like, the amount of acting that he did in that vastly outweighs the acting in Dallas Buyers Club. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm going to skip some categories. Animated short, because this one's interesting to me. Dear Basketball by Kobe Bryant and Glenn Keane. That's like the first time an athlete's ever nominated for an Oscar, I think, right?
Yes, of course it has to be Kobe.
Do you think he's going to be the first EGOT athlete? Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony?
Well, he's got one.
Does an SB count for the E?
No. That'd be like a silver EGOT.
Adapted screenplay: Logan, Scott Frank, James Mangold, Michael Green, Molly's Game, Mudbound. I
saw Logan.
Call Me by Your Name, and then The Disaster Artist. The Disaster Artist, I really liked. It's one of my favorite movies of the year.
I haven't seen the number I've seen. I haven't seen The Room,
but I think the James Franco shit might ruin The Disaster Artist's chances.
What James Franco shit?
The sexual stuff, the harassment stuff that came out with James Franco. I think it's also why he's not nominated for Best Actor.
I don't know anything about that.
But since he's not part of the adapted screenplay, I'd hope that wouldn't mess up the chances of the script. But you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that movie. Oh, dude. For screenplay, it's...
Logan?
No, it's got to be Get Out. Oh, for original screenplay.
Oh, original screenplay.
Adapted, the only one I saw was Logan. I thought Logan was okay.
Yeah.
It was a good way to send Hugh Jackman out. That was pretty much
Except for he's probably coming back for Deadpool 2.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was crazy good, though. I thought it was extra violent just for the sake of being... I mean, they really, were excited about their R rating.
Have you seen the black and white version of Logan?
No.
Because if you get, I think it's a special feature on the Blu-ray, but like the whole movie in black and white, it's actually kind of an interesting way to watch it. It's kind of like watching like a comic book a little bit.
Speaking of black and white, I just watched Schindler's List for the first time.
One of my favorite comedies of all time.
Stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. With the shoe polish and this. Oh my god, we're going to get harassed on Twitter. We're going to have to make an apology video.
We'll go on an apology tour. Hey,
oh my god.
There's no such thing as bad publicity. Ask LeVar Ball. Ask Donald Trump.
That's true. They're obviously sterling examples of how I want to lead my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, Schindler's List was really, really good, man. I'd never seen that movie before.
Yeah, it fucks you up for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I was already pretty, like, disgusted by the Holocaust. So
I like how that's like the understatement of the century.
It's like,
the Holocaust always bothered me.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean,
the whole, like, the fact that it's all just a government conspiracy.
The Holocaust being fake is probably worse than Flat Earth on the list of, like, conspiracy
it's more damaging.
Theory. Oh, it's absolutely more damaging.
Well, because I don't know if it was Eisenhower, but someone high up in the government was instructed the soldiers, like, take a lot of pictures so no one can ever deny that this happened.
Right.
And less than 100 years later, here we are.
It's all part of this fake news shit. Like, the internet should be making us all smarter. It's the age of information. But with the foil of that, the opposite is...
anyone can put out anything.
Yeah, it's the age of misinformation. And
especially because the internet's probably the greatest propaganda tool of all time.
Yeah, it's impossible to delineate, like, what is true and what's false. So basically, it all comes down to confirmation bias, like what agrees with what you feel. So all these people with dumbass or shitty opinions get to feel patted on the back by other dumbasses with shitty opinions.
Well, and also search algorithms make sure that you're never challenged.
Yeah,
because I don't remember.
That's true. Well, I mean, you get focused advertising, all that.
I don't remember the exact like parameters or the details, but I remember reading a while ago something, and it vaguely went like they took 3 different people. One person who was like a bleeding heart liberal, one person who was like a diehard Southern conservative, and then one person who considered themselves somewhat moderate independent.
And they've never seen the same internet.
And they had them all Google search just the word Egypt. Nothing else, just the word Egypt. And they all got different Google search results based on what they've participated in and done and looked at in the past. Yeah,
well, dude, it happened during the election. It happened to you. It happened to me. It happened to every single person that was like, there's no fucking way this goddamn lunatic is going to win.
Yeah.
And then it happened. Because none of us... Because when you go on Twitter, every single person you see is like, oh, Donald Trump is a fucking jackass. There's no way I'd vote for him. And you're like, oh, good.
That's because that's
reason
what you're
is prevailing. But yeah, but because the only people that you're looking for or looking at on Twitter are the people that you agree with, that you consider friends.
If we followed Donald Trump, if we tweeted about Trump, if we tweeted MAGA, that shit would start showing up, and then we'd be in our own bubble being like, oh, obviously he's going to win. There's no one on the other side.
Exactly.
And so you have bubbles of information that circulates within itself, and nothing from the outside comes in or out.
Yeah, and that's how the flat earth has become a problem again all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like 2,000 years ago, some bitch looked at, like, the sun or whatever. Some science bitch looked at the sun and was like, oh, that's round. We're round too, or whatever. I'm not going to give you the breakdown of how they figured it out again.
Yeah.
Because I don't fucking remember.
Well, I don't remember.
But... the fact is that it was proven thousands of years ago. Like, they've known, maybe not thousands of years, maybe 1,000 years ago, they figured out that the Earth was round. And now, all you have to do...
and they didn't even have the tools we have now.
All you have to do... yeah, exactly. All you have to do is tell people that it's all fake. And because they're so goddamn obsessed with being right... then they'll believe it. They'll believe that everything you've ever been told by anyone is not true.
I think that's a problem with like the woke idea, or like that idea of like question everything. It's like, okay, yes, you should question things. You should look at like the power structures in society and be like, why are they this way? Why is it that they do these things? Why, like,
yeah,
you should ask why, but you should also like take a second and think of like, what am I questioning?
What insurmountable evidence means.
And also, these people are smarter than you. But
yeah,
your idea, you never want everything.
You never want to have someone be smarter than you.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Like, is that everybody's so afraid of being wrong.
Exactly, and what's
like if you send a tweet and there's a spelling error, you want to delete it immediately because you're like, oh no, everybody's gonna know that I'm an idiot and that I don't know how to spell bread. You know what I mean?
So here's this article. It was on The Independent. This is back in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to read this. It says, the USA, the richest country in the world, ranked as one of the most ignorant countries below many less developed countries. And it says the list from most to least ignorant is as follows. Number 1, India, most ignorant. Then China, then Taiwan, then South Africa. And we're 5.
Yep.
And we're not even in the top 10 for education. We're not even in the top 10 for literacy. Because the problem is, like, we live on the West Coast. We live in a state that's very...
Oh, yeah, the coastal... Well, it's the coastal states. I don't know why. But for whatever reason, the coastal states... probably because there's more money on the coast.
Yeah, because that... But what I'm saying is, like, we live in a coastal state where there's a strong state economy.
Yeah.
There's strong public funding for schools and things like that.
And so there's a more liberal presence.
Yeah, but then you go to places like Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
How are those people...
Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, how are those people
one that
expected
comes to mind for me. When I picture Middle America, it's like Des Moines, Iowa, or Topeka, Kansas.
Exactly. Those might be good places, though. I don't know anything about those places.
They're probably nice people.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. Is it's like not everybody who voted for that guy is a bad person. They just maybe made the wrong choice.
Well, or you just don't have all the information because you're being lied to.
They didn't know any better. Yeah, I mean, they heard this guy come on the TV telling them about how, oh, I know your manufacturing job was taken away because they shipped labor overseas. I'm gonna bring them back, and they're like, woo! I can't wait to work at the factory.
Well, like, I get it. Like,
but even I'm doing it right now.
The reason but that's not the thing.
The reason that people switch off to dissenting opinions is because we're all so
smug.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, I mean, that's the thing. Is like, how are people in Middle America, in poor communities who have less than 10,000 people, who have like no money coming in, who are reliant on the federal government, how are they expected to compete or be as smart or get the same level of anything as the countries, as like a state like California, which could, if it seceded from the United States, it'd be the 5th biggest economy in the entire world.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you can't, like, I don't know. And that's like, how do you fix that?
Right.
I don't know how we even got here.
well, what you gotta do is you gotta make America great again.
And like, I get that. Like, I get why you want that. Like,
no, I 100%. I get the America first thing. I get why everybody drank the Kool-Aid.
If you're a middle American working class family and like you've been working like manual labor jobs your whole life to scrape by, and now they're disappearing, and this guy's like, I'm gonna bring it back. You're like, okay, good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they don't come back.
Yeah. The thing is that this guy is part of the 1%. He is the part
Cole,
of the...
We're having an argument that's a year old.
I know. But it never gets old, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking astonishing.
But it's like, at the same time, how are those people going to listen to what the other side is saying and be like, they're not saying anything that I want to hear?
We all call each other stupid is the problem.
It's
the fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Pretentious tone on Twitter, the preachy tone, because it's never like, hello sir, can I correct some of your misinformation here? It's
call out culture.
It's hey stupid, did you forget to take your smart pills this morning?
It's just call out culture.
Yeah.
And like, and I think it's like, people don't have conversations with each other, they just yell at each other.
100%.
Like, this is my opinion. This is my, but like,
because everybody's pissed off, everybody's frustrated.
But like, at the same time, like, that same middle American family, it's like, Hillary Clinton isn't going to come around and tell them anything they want to hear, or anything that promises them a better future either.
No, because
so why would they say what
she doesn't care about them either? That's the big secret, is that nobody fucking cares about you at all, one side or the other.
They only care about you insofar as you'll tolerate, like, there's like a breaking point to where you still give them your vote, and as long as they can keep it above that point, that's all they care about.
Yeah, no, 100%. Politicians are all about the numbers because they have all their side hustles.
Like, why do you think
every single one has a special interest group?
Like, all the money in political campaigns, even more so than marketing, goes into analytical research.
Yeah. Can we pause really quick? I have to pee.
Okay, we're back from our short intermission or technical difficulty. I don't even know how we got on that topic.
The money controls everything.
They're putting chemicals in the water that makes the friggin' frogs gay.
That's probably true.
The fact that Alex Jones gets as many fucking consistent viewers as he does is just proof that it's too late.
Proof that
it's game over.
No, 100%. What should have happened is the internet should have froze in about 2004.
So we solved MySpace.
Stopped. Yeah,
Napster's still around?
Dude, I've been thinking about this. MySpace was the utopian social media website. Mm-hmm. It was only your friends, and they had, you ranked your friends. It was your page,
and you had full creative control of what it looked like.
Yeah, you could do everything to it. You could mess around with it. And you could just be on there with your friends bullshitting. You didn't have to think about how you phrased what you were saying. You didn't have to pretend to sound smart, or you didn't have to tell everybody you were having the greatest life ever, even though it's not true for any of them.
Have you noticed how much just in the past 5 years language has changed? I look back at some of this shit that I used to say in high school, even, and I'm I wouldn't get away saying this shit now.
Yeah,
shit's changed fast,
100%.
And most of it's for the better, I'd say, but then also some of it, I don't know.
That's the tricky part of political correctness, isn't it?
Yeah,
because you can see the reason, the good that comes from doing that, but at the same time, limiting free speech is a really scary concept.
Yeah. But then there's certain things that people take as attacks on free speech when they're not.
No.
And they try and make it a free speech argument when it's not.
Right, and there are some things that are already not protected under free speech, like hate speech. It's not...
that's already illegal.
Yeah. So, to think that your free speech is being infringed upon because you can't call somebody...
Well, then people will say that, but then you go look at a country like Germany. If you say anything at all Nazi-esque in Germany, jail. Not even a second.
As they should. To be fair, they have the stain. Yeah, they have the stain of Nazism on them. I can't even imagine. We have a friend who met a German person, and upon meeting them the first time, asked them what they thought about Nazis. Because he thought it would be funny. I think you can figure out who. And she got horribly offended, and he was like, "Why?" It was like, "Dude,
what do you think they think?"
Yeah, you understand that when they go places, the first thing that comes to mind when people think about Germany, maybe not the first thing, but definitely one of the big things is the Holocaust and Nazis. So it's like this scarlet letter that they have to wear around, kind of the same way that we do with slavery here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's there's always that cloud.
Everybody's got their
and there's still the signs
scars.
Of it for society.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because what do you think they think in Berlin?
They're so deep.
A 4.7 acre Holocaust memorial in the middle of a city.
They are so deeply ashamed of what took place in their country. As they should be, because they're,
could you imagine
not every person in believe it or not every person in Germany was a Nazi.
Can you imagine if you took New York City and replaced Central Park with a slavery memorial? That's basically what that is.
Yeah. Maybe that's how we fix things.
Make a slavery memorial? Well, then if we start doing that, people will say slavery is fake. Which they already do. Cinematography.
We dug ourselves into a
Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Mudbound, and The Shape of Water. I've only seen Blade Runner 2049 on that list, and that was one of my favorite movies of the year.
Didn't see that one either. I took the year off movies. The only thing I saw was Split and Get Out.
I think Split was from last year. And you saw Star Wars.
Split was in February.
Yeah.
Maybe last Oscar cycle.
Yeah. Blade Runner, because the original Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies of all time, and so I had to see this one.
Do you like how I just tried to pretend I didn't even see Star Wars?
I did like how you said that. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I just did not like that movie, man.
Sound editing, Star Wars is nominated. Shape of Water, Dunkirk, Blade Runner, and Baby Driver. I think Blade Runner, Dunkirk, and Star Wars could all pull sound editing.
Yeah.
Because Dunkirk, apparently, like, that was the best part of the whole movie. Was, like, the sounds and how realistic they were.
I mean, it sounded fine. If they could have replaced if they could have taken the sound quality down a bit and filled in some story elements, then that would have been great.
And then you have original score. You have Dunkirk with Hans Zimmer and Star Wars: The Last Jedi. You have Hans Zimmer going up against John Williams there. It's like a battle of the Titans.
Yeah. Well, I could see Star Wars winning a score Oscar because
it's the most iconic theme song of all time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, that's...
Like Star Wars and like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, all those scores where the music starts and it like immediately puts you in that place again.
Yeah. Speaking of Harry Potter, I know you haven't been, but...
I've been watching the movies again because they're on HBO right now.
Yeah. I've been meaning to read the books again. It's been a while since I have.
I
just haven't had the desire to read in so long.
Me neither. I read a book a couple months ago, maybe 4 months ago.
What was
the thing that I get stuck with Harry Potter is I can never get past Order of the Phoenix.
Why is that?
Once Sirius dies, I know it's all downhill from there.
That's my favorite of all the movies, and that's my favorite book, is Order of the Phoenix.
It's so... And I know, like...
It's the last of the happiness.
Exactly. It's the last of the happiness. And I know that, like, that's the whole point. That's what progresses the story. Like, if everybody was happy all the time, Voldemort wouldn't even exist. But, like, it just gets super dark from there. It transitions from, like, a teenage world of wonder to, like, oh, everything's shit.
Yeah. Everything that was good before is now
gone.
Bad.
Yeah, absolutely gone.
And it gets even worse in 6.
And yeah, exactly. And that's why I have to stop at Order of the Phoenix, because then I know what happens in 6, and even worse, what happens in 7.
Spoilers, Dumbledore fucking dies.
Dumbledore fucking dies, and even worse than Dumbledore, Hedwig.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That wasn't necessary, JK.
Absolutely, dude. You didn't have to kill the fucking owl. Ass.
Harry lost everything, and he didn't even bang Hermione at the end.
No!
He got Ron's homely sister. What does Harry get for saving the world?
A redhead.
Shit!
It's a ginger!
A poor ginger who lives in a house with 20 other men. Fuck. You guys should be in Harry Potter. Your parents are dead, your bird is dead, your gay old best friend is dead. The girl you've been wanting to bang your whole life is banging your friend who's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, if anything, you should have ended up with Cho. Right? I don't remember what happens to her.
Well, J.K. Rowling does not advocate the mixing of the races. That's what happened there.
Which, neither does Stephanie Meyer. Have you heard my theory?
I would love to. We're really pulling out all the modern references here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me hear your Stephanie Meyer theory.
So I just want to preempt this by saying that this is all satirical and should not be taken literally. So please stop writing your fucking tweets right now. So, Twilight, I've been thinking a lot about Twilight.
So do I.
I watch it on a weekly basis. So my theory is that Twilight is actually a parable, a story warning about the dangers of interracial relationships. Why do you think that the non-white character that has
Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to put this up.
The non-white character turns into a scary werewolf that'll maul you and eat you alive, and this pretty white boy with a strong jawline comes along to offer you eternal life, and if all you got to do is suck off some animals.
So Edward is the white savior.
Yeah, 100%. I should also include that I only watched the first movie.
And also, that's... Oh, okay, so you don't have a frame of reference for this. But
I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about.
The dark-skinned evil character, Jacob,
then
fucks the main character's infant daughter.
Yep. See?
No morals.
No morals. And therefore...
Stephanie Meyer's a racist.
Don't mix.
Did you ever read The Host, the other book she did?
No.
Neither did I. They made a movie of it. I don't care.
No, I did not read any of the Twilight books. I only saw the first movie.
I'm more of a 50 Shades of Grey guy. Did you ever see that movie?
Nope.
I saw the first movie in theaters.
It's on HBO. To be honest, I've been a little lonely. I might watch it.
There were so many teenage girls in that movie theater, and then there were some sneaking in. It was very uncomfortable.
What grosses me out more than the teenage girls is the cougars.
Mm.
The older ladies going into the movie theaters to watch 50 Shades of Grey, because the way that guys watch filth on the internet,
these old women like read on the train.
They read,
everyone knows.
They're stimulated by reading.
They're soaking wet reading that book,
which is
on public transport. But none of them are hot. They're all the moms.
Well, they're people who are looking for a little adventure, a little excitement in their sex life.
They're the moms who couldn't get their son's teenage friends to fuck them, so they had to turn to a book.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it the old-fashioned way. Hire a pool boy. You fucking...
Get the kids drunk at your house. Oh my god. Might have to delete that one. I'm not advocating pedophilia either. We're digging deep.
Visual effects. Visual effects. Blade Runner 2049, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kong, Skull Island, Star Wars Last Jedi, and War for the Planet of the Apes.
I didn't see War for the Planet of the Apes either, but I am interested in that movie because I really enjoy...
Kong?
Yes.
I was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun.
The story wasn't.
No, but it was entertaining.
It was entertaining. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 I haven't seen yet.
I just watched that yesterday, but I was playing Civ at the same time, so...
Have you been getting back into Civ?
Big time.
I've been meaning to.
I go, basically I'll go a couple months and not play it at all, and then play it for 20, 30 hours.
We should get a game going. Multiplayer game.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of currently destroying the Spanish. The only people I have left to wipe off the map in my current game. Denmark. I've really
big change in foreign policy for Denmark.
Yeah, I've become a big fan of the Viking lifestyle.
So I'll be Sweden, you be Denmark.
Yeah, I like to play on the Archipelago map, the island one, because I like naval.
I prefer the Mar-a-Lago map.
Which one is that?
Mar-a-Lago's Donald Trump's Florida resort.
Oh.
That's all the
over my head.
Oscar contenders. Man, this Edward Cullen fan art, something else. Look at that one especially. So what's that? His giblets. I'll put this one up and I'll put this one up. There's some real good Edward fan art out there in the world. I think that's a good place to call it. We've covered a wide range of topics.
All right, well, just remember. So let's run through.
So let's cover it.
Don't mix the races. That's
the first rule of anything ever.
That's how everybody should operate.
The Holocaust did not happen.
Nope. The Earth is flat. Chemtrails are real. The fluoride in your toothpaste is for mind control.
LeBron's going to win the All-Star game.
LeBron will be the next president of the United States.
I wish. Can you imagine foreign relations? The White House in the Oval Office.
For the longest amount of time, I've just been saying that instead of going to war, having a bunch of fucking 19 to 22-year-olds go and fight your shit for you. How about those fat motherfuckers who want to fight with each other can square off in a cage match?
Or basketball.
Yeah, or on the court. I want to see Kim Jong-un's fat little ass.
He's a big fan of basketball, though, dude.
Step into the octagon with Donald Trump's geriatric fat fuck of a face. And just have it out.
I want to see him in a 3-point contest.
You think they get one from the NBA 3 line?
I think they could get one. I think they get one each at least.
I don't know if I'd give them that.
Donald Trump's in the WWE Hall of Fame. He's an athlete.
Yeah, that's right. Our president is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Well, imagine this,
He was the former host of The Apprentice.
In the Oval Office, President James installs a basketball hoop.
Uh-huh.
And he has foreign delegates stand underneath it. And he just fucking dunks on them.
Posterizes all opposition.
President King James.
King President James.
Who do you think becomes president first? The Rock, Oprah Winfrey, Kanye West, or LeBron James? If they all ran against each other, who wins?
I hate that that's where we're headed.
Who wins?
I
think Oprah.
Of course. I don't want Oprah for president.
No, fuck no. She doesn't want it either, though.
Have we not learned our lesson from the last time that we fucking picked a reality TV star? Where has it gotten us?
Ronald Reagan was an actor.
And Ronald Reagan, like, played a huge part in the gentrification of African Americans.
So he stopped the mixing of the races? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Stephanie Meyer loves Ronald Reagan. She has a poster above her bed.
I think we could write Stephanie Meyer a letter asking her if she does.
If she's a Ronald Reagan fan, do you think she would understand where we were trying to go with
What do you
that?
think? Do you think Oprah wins that 4-way political race?
Run me through one more time. LeBron James,
LeBron
Oprah.
James, Oprah, The Rock, and Kanye West. None of them are white.
Kanye West won't win.
No, I think he's too abrasive.
He's far too abrasive, although if we're to take lessons from history, maybe that's the way to do it now.
It might be. Because Kanye 2020 is such a meme, people would vote for him as a joke,
Dude,
thinking it wouldn't happen.
That's how Donald Trump became president. That's how this whole thing started.
You know what would be really funny if I just picked Kanye?
Dude, the amount of... The amount of irony that our generation uses is dangerous. I'm not even kidding. I think
The Rock could pull it though. Because here's the thing: I don't think Oprah's biggest disadvantage.
Dude, that would be if Kanye West ran for president. That would, I bet we would double our turnout as an age group.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm saying this
vote for Kanye West.
I'm saying this from a standpoint in that I don't believe this, but this is how I believe it is. Oprah being a woman, let alone a black woman, she's at a big disadvantage in a lot of parts of America.
Correct.
None of them are white, so none of them have a stark advantage in Midwest over the rest of them.
Yes.
But I think The Rock, being a man and charismatic, has the best chance, actually.
See, but I would say Oprah because she is the exact opposite of what we have for president now. Because that has been our big problem as a society.
Okay, but let's say it's in a bubble. Let's say it's in a bubble.
Oversteer.
It's in a bubble.
Yeah. Okay.
So Donald Trump, like none of the other president, that doesn't matter. It's just those four. One of them has to be president.
Yeah, then it would probably be The Rock.
President Rock.
Because LeBron didn't graduate from college. I don't know if, of course,
he's not even old enough to run.
That's true. I'm sure that would be the deciding factor in our fantasy election of 4 people who would never be the president.
If anyone's watching, I want to get an idea of who they think will be president out of those 4 people. LeBron James, 2020. Mm-hmm. Oprah Winfrey, 2020. Dwayne The Rock Johnson 2020 or Kanye 2020?
It would be Kanye all on irony, and that's terrifying. No, I can totally see that. I can totally see all the shit posters on Twitter and Reddit would be like, this would be the funniest joke that we've ever pulled off.
Now here's the second question. Let's say Russia hacks the election. Who do they make win? Out of those 4 people,
Kanye West, he's absolutely
the agent of chaos.
He's the most unstable. He would wreck our shit the way that Donald Trump is right now, just shaking everything up.
The minute anyone dared to insult us, I think it would be war. I think it would be instant warfare.
Oh yeah, dude, you couldn't have a rapper for president. Nah, so you mentioned my name, we got beef. It's over.
The national anthem is changed to Through the Wire.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or I Am a God, probably. That would be the national anthem.
I Am a God.
He walks that to I Am
That's
a
the
God.
State of the Union address.
Yeah. Be a dope inauguration.
2020 was the best year in the history of the United States.
Calling it right now.
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would be the best for national security. Because no one would fight us because they know the people elbow's coming.
Yeah, man. I mean, because then we could get The Rock to train all of our military. Can you imagine?
You're just suplexing the enemy into submission?
Yeah, dude. We wouldn't even need guns. We have enough muscle mass that bullets would just bounce off of us. I'm pretty sure they use live rounds on The Rock.
Doesn't matter.
When they're filming. Yeah,
John Cena is the Secretary of Defense. Bing, 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 He's a true American.
Yeah, how about we run the country the way the WWE runs their organization?
Wait, so Vince McMahon should be president?
Yeah, definitely. Get the Cobra Clutch on North Korea.
The Nationals' pastime is now the XFL.
Yeah.
And WWE is mandatory viewing for all citizens.
Yeah.
I would love Vince McMahon as president. Imagine having that animal just running the show, talking like this.
Dude, do you ever watch Botchamania?
Mm-mm.
If you have not heard of Botchamania, go on YouTube and do yourself a favor. It's people edit together all of the WWE fuck-ups from like people forgetting their lines and then trying to ad-lib to like messed up wrestling moves to just all kinds of fuck-ups. The screw-ups in the WWE are 10 times better than any other blooper you could ever witness.
I've been having a new appreciation for the WWE recently. I don't want to go see a live show.
Oh, dude, I would for sure
Can you imagine getting blackout drunk and screaming at wrestling?
Yes, I can absolutely imagine that. That doesn't even take like a minute for me to like get into that headspace. I'm already there. Yeah.
Did you hear that Elton John's retiring? He's going on a farewell tour.
Did he not retire? No. Is he still making music? Like, was he releasing new music?
Wow. I don't know if he's releasing music, but he's been doing shows.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna like stop touring.
He's doing a farewell tour. He's coming here in January.
He's getting up there.
He's just turned 70.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be fucking wanting to tour either. I would have stopped 20 years ago.
Take all that money and just go somewhere.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah,
Come
absolutely.
On, you're a gay man in America. It's finally okay. You have millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Fuck it. Try it out. Why not?
That wrap-up took like 15 minutes. That was good. Thank you for watching, if you were watching. This one became a disaster pretty quickly. It went off the rails immediately. But...
yeah, we had trouble sticking to a topic a little bit. But
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're doing more of these. Thank you for watching the currently untitled experimental first-time recording podcast. I have been Garrett, and that has been...
Cole, and go watch Jersey Shore. It's the greatest show ever made in American entertainment.
Put on Jersey Shore Season 1, Episode 1. Put on Game of Thrones Season 1 episode. Press play at the same time. There will be things that match up that make you start thinking.
It is the Guido Godfather. Citizen Kane of Guidoism.
Goodbye, everybody.